on your wish list for 2025? I would like any info on when ACOTAR 6 is coming out. I just want to be snatched in 2025. Like, is that a crime? Is that a crime? What do you think your biggest accomplishment was this year? Okay, Nashville, yeehaw. What are you looking forward to in 2025? What are your top recommended books? Hi besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another day of vlogmas. I thought in today's vlogmas we would do a in-depth winter makeup routine so I can just share what I've been using on the day-to-day and just absolutely loving. But I also wanted to simultaneously do a Q&A, and so on my YouTube I did a community post asking if you had any questions for me. Then I also opened a little Q&A on my Instagram, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss another community post for Q&As, and follow my Instagram so you don't miss my story Q&A. And so with that being said, let's just get right into it. Grab your little cafecito or cutie little holiday beverage. Let's do a chatty winter get ready with me. Thank you if you participated in this Q&A. For me, my makeup routine always starts with skin prep, and that's just having a good solid skincare routine. The first product I'm going to start off with is the Rhode glazing milk. You guys have seen this in literally every single vlog, and I am not going to stop talking about it because it's so freaking good. It's basically like a thicker milky essence that just hydrates your skin and is very good for makeup prep. You're joking. Okay, well, good thing we have 2 more in stock in my little closet, so be right back. Okay, it's the way I'm literally stacked to the gods right now. Anyways, this is by far my favorite products from Rhode. They really put all their money into this product. It's just so pretty. Like, I don't even want to use it, but I need to. I take like a pretty generous amount, I'd say. Like that much. Just let it soak into my skin. Oh my gosh. Literally feel reborn with this. It feels so good. The best part is that it is not scented and it does not clog your pores, and it just feels like it is quenching your skin's thirst. I don't know how else to explain it, but you just feel so good and your skin just feels so much more supple and bouncy and just so hydrated. So this is a non-negotiable for me. I always have extra in stock. Next, I'm going in with some eye cream. I really like this one by Ola Henriksen, and it just feels so good. Then I'm gonna lock it all in with some moisturizer. This isn't my favorite moisturizer in the world, but I'm trying to finish it because I don't like to waste product. So yeah, this is like all of it. This formula is not groundbreaking by any means, but it's just a good, simple moisturizer. And then lastly, sunscreen. Even though it's winter and the sun isn't out as much, we need to protect our skin. We don't want skin cancer. It's just important for your skin health. Like, please wear sunscreen. I really love this one by Kiehl's because it's SPF 50. It's serum based, so it's not your typical like sticky feeling sunscreen. It doesn't have that sunscreeny smell. And the best part is that it does not leave a white cast, which is very important to me as a brown skin girl. I hate sunscreens that leave white cast. It is so irritating because you're literally just like rubbing it in so hard and you're like destroying your skin by doing that. So this one by Kiehl's is by far one of my favorite sunscreen. So yeah, that is my simple skincare routine to get glowy skin right before I do my makeup. And the key to good skin prep is that you want all your skincare to really soak into your skin before doing your makeup. So I'm gonna let this sit in while we answer one of our questions. First question, what's on your wish list for 2025? 100 bands to my bank account. I'm just kidding. I'm actually not kidding though. So a materialistic item that comes to mind on my wish list that I've been really wanting is the Bose open ear headphones. I think they're so cute. First of all, like, they're literally an accessory because they look like a little ear cuff. And also my latest hobby has been running, and I cannot run with my Apple Maxes just for like safety reasons. Like, I can't hear the most when I am wearing my over-the-ear headphones, and then I have my wired headphones, but those kind of get annoying when I run. The Bose ones look so cute, and they're open ear headphones, so you can hear everything that's going on because the earbud doesn't actually go into your ear hole, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't really have any more like materialistic items that come to mind on my wish list. I feel like I have some really niche things on my wish list. I would like any info on when ACOTAR 6 is coming out, please. I just want like a hint, a little excerpt, a little Instagram post by Miss Sarah J. Maas to tell us when ACOTAR 6 is coming out. The last ACOTAR book came out in 2021. It is 2024. When are we going to get it? Please, I am begging. On the topic of books, another thing on my wish list is that I want Onyx Storm to eat. Rebecca Yarros, this book better be life-changing, especially with how Iron Flame ended. I really need answers, and I just need a really good third book in the series, especially if the series is going to be 5 books. Like, the third one better eat. Okay, what else do I want? I feel like I can share this with you guys because, again, my YouTube community is just like that girl. I love my YouTube community. I really want the YouTube 100K subscribers silver plaque. That is like pretty up there for my 2025 wish list. I want our little corner of the internet to continue growing. So silver plaque would just be chef's kiss. That would actually make my entire life. And then what else? Ozempic allegations. I'm just kidding. I'm literally kidding. I'm kidding, okay? Don't come for me. I just want to be snatched in 2025. Like, is that a crime? Is that a crime? But no, I will not be using Ozempic if you're even gonna ask. I want to be snatched. I want some allegations. I want to work really hard to get snatched for next year, okay? That's what I mean by that, okay? I will not be taking anything. What else do I want? I feel like that's literally it that comes to mind. I don't really make wish lists. I don't even have like a Christmas wish list. Now that our skincare is soaked in, I'm just going to wipe off any product that got into my eyebrows because we're gonna do our brows next. I use this Anastasia brow gel. This is literally one of the only brow gels that work for me. Both brows are pushed up, and I'm just gonna use the back of like a little eyeshadow brush and just push down my brows. I feel like this makes a huge difference in how long my brows like stay up. I'm just gonna get a little wet Q-tip and just kind of like remove any excess product because I will be cleaning up my brows with concealer and I don't want like glue chunks in it. Next, I'm gonna use this brow pen from NYX. It's a very fine brush, and I'm just gonna create like hair-like strokes to shape my brow and to fill in any sparse areas. That's what the brows are looking like right now. I'm just gonna clean up my brows with some concealer and like a very fine brush. And that's what the brows are looking like. Finally, time for the base. I'm gonna go in with this Dior Face and Body foundation. I've gone through so many different foundations and skin tints over the years, but I've noticed that I buy this one time and time again. It is so worth the investment. I believe it's around $40. It may look tiny, but she is mighty. You only need very little. It feels like a skin tint, but it gives medium to full coverage just depending on how much you put. I just love this product and the coverage it gives. That's all you need. While we blend this out, let's answer another question. What was your career path or decision in life as a professional career choice prior to becoming a full content creator? And is it hard being an influencer and creating content day by day? This is a good question. I was a student athlete at Central Washington University in Ellensburg, Washington. I got my bachelor's in finance, and then I went on to get my master's degree in taxation with the intent of entering the accounting field. My dream was to work at a Big Four company. Big Four is public accounting, and the Big Four stands for the 4 largest public accounting firms in the world. For me, I just really wanted that experience, and so I worked really hard with my undergrad and then also my graduate degree at Portland State University. Then I ended up landing an internship at one of the Big Fours called KPMG, and then was offered the full-time position shortly after. I ended up working at KPMG for about a year and a half, and to put it simply, it just was not for me. It was just not like what I thought it was cut out to be. But while I was working this job, I was doing social media on the time and also getting paid through that. And so it was nice having like 2 sources of income at the time. But then my work schedule started to get really crazy because of like tax seasons. And because you're doing taxes of these like really large publicly traded companies, there were like a number of times where I had to work anywhere from 60 to 70 hours a week, and that's without getting any sort of overtime because we were salary based. Like, don't get it twisted, I am very grateful for the experience. I'm very grateful that, you know, I was able to get my undergrad and my graduate degree, but as I was working, I just was really not happy. Those crazy weeks of working 60 to 70 hours truly just made me hate my life. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I was just a very different version of myself. I was angry, I was very reactive, I had a lot of anxiety with working, like the expectation of having to put in those hours or else you're like letting your team down. Like 60 to 70 hours a week, you genuinely have no time to like go to the grocery store or to get coffee with a friend or to do any side things. Like, my social media definitely took like a back seat, which I didn't love because social media was and continues to be my passion. So I was just very unhappy, and my boyfriend was like, I need you to quit. I was like, boy, what? Like, this is everything I went to school for. You know, I've invested a lot of time and a lot of money, especially with a master's degree. And like, I'm so grateful that I had a full scholarship for undergrad through volleyball, but still a graduate degree I did not get a ton of scholarships for. And so I still have that student loan. Although it sucks to have that, I am grateful for the experience, and I worked really hard for all the accolades that I've achieved throughout my college career. So when my boyfriend mentioned that, I was like, ugh, my pride, my ego, like, you're telling me to step away from something I've worked so hard for. He was like, no, I'm not asking that of you. You already know that you're asking yourself this. Like, you know that you don't want to do this for the rest of your life, and you know that you can do more with social media. And I was like, okay, king. So he really inspired me to like take that leap. And so after that initial conversation, I kind of made like a 6-month plan to gather my finances, take a step back, and really see if it was feasible for me to do this. Coming from a corporate job, you have that security of like income every month, whereas social media, it can be very spotty. So I really had to just sit down and plan out what the rest of my year was going to look like and what my life was going to look like if I decided to quit my job at KPMG. And so clearly it worked out, because I'm here, have been out of my accounting job for a 1.5 years doing content creation full-time since, and I've worked with the most amazing brands ever, and I'm just so grateful. And I think because I've had that experience of working an intense 9-to-5 job, I do feel an immense amount of gratitude to my community and to people who have supported me on any of my channels, just because like I don't take it for granted. I know what it's like to have those feelings at a job, and I just knew that it was not for me. It was just not healthy for me. And another big thing is that I was just not inspired at my job. And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but like genuinely, I did not look up to any of my like superiors or colleagues. I do think it's important to be surrounded by people who inspire you to be better, kind of just like our role models in your life or mentors, and none of them just did it for me. Like, did not want to live their life. We all worked so hard, and the results of that was just not inspiring to me. Like, I did not want to be like them. And so yeah, I was just like, why am I here if like I don't want to work towards being that? You know what I mean? Long story short, my career before content creation was a tax associate at a Big 4 accounting firm. Okay, next we're gonna go in with this Dibs Beauty bronzer. I really love this. I've been using this for a minute now because it's just so easy to blend. Those are the parts that I put my bronzer on. Okay, next question. Any new hobbies you want to start in 2025? I think the first one that comes to mind, which isn't technically new because I've tried this out already, is I want to get back into throwing classes and making my own little like ceramic pieces. What other new hobbies would I want to do? So I'm like in deep with reading, clearly. Like, I have a whole book club dedicated to that hobby. And I think I want to continue my little running hobby. I have my first half marathon this coming Sunday, which I am so excited about. And I just fear that once I finish it, I'm gonna be itching for more. I'm gonna be itching to do a full marathon. It's just such a challenging hobby because it's literally just you versus you. I think that's why I just love it so much. I think those are my top 3 hobbies that I want to really pursue in 2025: ceramics, running, and reading. Oh, and I want to continue learning Spanish because my goal is to be fluent by the end of next year. But you guys should let me know what hobbies you guys want to try for next year, or what hobbies that you've been loving. I'm always down to try something new. Also, with this bronzer, I don't typically use eyeshadow. I know I'm a little boring for that, but I just feel like every time I do eyeshadow, it just turns out really bad. But I do want to try like some holiday looks this year, like some sparkly holiday looks. I need to learn how to do that. But for my regular winter makeup routine, I typically just use like the excess on my brush to bring it up to my eyelid and to create some dimension to my eyes. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. And for me, a little goes a long way with concealer. I used to do like the legit beauty influencer, like all the way down and like fanning it out. And I realized how crazy that looks on me. Like, I genuinely think less is more for me. Because this is your sign. You don't need to do what every like beauty influencer is doing. Just do what's best for, you know, your features and what would look good on you. So this is literally it. And then my little hack before I blend in my concealer is that I will go in with this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray. And I will drench my skin because this helps with the blending and it helps your makeup stay on way longer. Bonus points if you have a cute little fan. to dry it. Okay, next question. Who are your comfort YouTubers? Because you are mine. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Sharon. First of all, I'm honored to be your comfort YouTuber. That means literally the world to me. The YouTubers that come to mind like right away is Sophie Jane, My Fam, Aaliyah Zeta, Catherine Carras, I think is how you say her last name, Elena Tea, and Moya. I watch a wide range of YouTubers, so there's definitely some that I miss that I just don't know the names of that are always popping up on my For You page. But those are the ones that I can really remember because they give me like comfy vibes. Next question, when are you visiting NYC? Girl, I honestly don't know. I freaking love New York so much and I love visiting. Last year my boyfriend and I visited for 3.5 weeks. We got a sublet in New York because we were trying to see if we actually wanted to move there. So that was like one of my favorite trips ever, just experiencing the New York life and like living as if we were New Yorkers. That was actually kind of a crazy trip now that I'm like really thinking about it. Like dang, we really stayed there for 3.5 weeks. But yeah, we haven't been back since. We didn't visit at all this year, which is crazy because we actually did want to visit. But I do want to visit next year because I have a lot of book club besties on the East Coast and I think it would just be so iconic if we did a besties book club girlies day. Like, please, that sounds like a literal dream. We could go get brunch, we could go book shopping, we could go to Central Park, we could go to dinner, we can just have a full-on girls day. So I definitely want to get a New York trip in the books. I also really want to visit Boston. Like that has been on my travel list for like ever. It just looks so beautiful and I'm like, okay, if we're gonna fly out to the East Coast, we might as well make it a New York and Boston trip because it's just so far. Yeah, as of right now, I don't know, but I would love to visit next year. I also wanted to point out that I like to blend my concealer with a brush. This is the best brush ever. It's from It Cosmetics. It's called the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7 Conceal. That is a mouthful, but I love this brush so much. You can really just get into the smallest spaces underneath your eye and blend. I just noticed that brushes like tend to make my makeup stay on longer and they just blend a lot easier than using sponges. So I highly recommend using brushes to blend out your base makeup. Next question, do you like living in Portland? What are your pros and cons? So this is kind of a hard question because I don't technically live in Portland, like the city of Portland. Portland is like an hour and 10 minutes from me. I live very south from Portland. And I honestly rarely go into the city just because like it's not my favorite city in the world. I'll go to Portland if I want to go to like Zara. There's a Muji over there, so if I want some new like stationery supplies, I'll go. I would say I go to Portland like maybe once a month, 2 or 3 times tops. Like it's a whole excursion for me. Like I said, it's an hour 10, so I really have to like plan out what exactly I want to do down there. But based off of what I've heard, you really need to be selective on what parts of the city you move to. But that's like any other city. Like there's gonna be, you know, the good parts and there's gonna be the not so good parts. There's definitely nice areas of Portland that I would be interested in living. But as of right now, I love our living situation. I wouldn't want to move to the city. Yeah, I can't really talk about like the pros and cons of living in Portland because I do not technically live in Portland. But as Oregon as a whole, Oregon is such a beautiful state to live in. We're a very lush state, a very green state, and that is something I took for granted when I moved to Nevada. We lived in Nevada for like 8 to 9 months. And what's crazy is that ever since we've been back, I've been getting so many like comments and DMs saying that you guys can tell the difference as to how much happier and at peace I am here. And it's just so crazy because you never know how much an environment really affects you. And I just straight up was not very happy in Nevada. And it was just so evident. Like I'll rewatch some of my vlogs and like it was just really evident to me, and it was evident to you guys if you guys pointed it out. So I am just so much happier to be back in Oregon. Like I'm just closer to a lot of my friends here, so I'm able to hang out with them, have a girl time. Whereas when we were in Nevada, like I had no one. My only community was from Pilates, but you know, that's just, you know, going to Pilates, saying hi, saying bye, maybe getting a coffee. But my deeper friendships are here in the Pacific Northwest. So I feel incredibly grateful and just at peace to be back in Oregon. And Oregon is literally Twilight, like the Twilight movie. A lot of the scenes actually from the Twilight movie were filmed here in Oregon. So I live in one of the Twilight states, okay? And that is a flex to me. Team Edward. Something you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my physical and mental health, as well as the physical and mental health of my family and my loved ones and my friends. I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for my book club. I'm grateful for the girlies in the book club. I'm grateful for my loving and supportive boyfriend. I'm grateful for the cozy holiday season. I just love romanticizing this time of year. Favorite season? Oof. This is hard because I feel like this changes a lot. My favorite season used to be summer. Like, I was a summer girly through and through. But then as I get older, I really have been appreciating the fall. Like, I feel like you can kind of tell in my fall diaries content, like I was just so happy and I love the vibes of fall. I don't know, there's just something really romantic about the autumn fall season. I'd say as of right now, my favorite season is definitely the fall. Less yapping, more makeuping. Now I'm gonna go in with the Rhode Pocket Blush in the shade Toasted Teddy. I just got this in PR and the shade is gorgeous. Name a more perfect shade for the fall winter season. I love how pigmented these blushes are. Like, it comes with a punch, okay? Look at that shade, it's just so pretty. I know we have a lot of Rhode products in this routine, but I swear, they have such great products. If I were to recommend any products to you guys from Rhode, I would say the Pocket Blush and the Glazing Milk Obvi, because I can't stop talking about it. But these two are so good. Whoa! The pigment on this blush is just insane. I like to bring it up all the way to my temple and then to my eye as well. Just kind of give like a seamless look. Next question. This isn't a question, but found you recently on YouTube and I'm completely obsessed. Love all your videos / aesthetic. Thank you so much. That just makes my day. Hi bestie, new follower here and love your content. I'm also a new YouTuber and wanting to ask you if you would ever do another video on content creation. I've struggled with finding popular audios and it being copyright free. Much love to you all the way in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, Nashville, yeehaw. I'm sorry, anytime I think of Nashville, I just think of like cowboys and cowgirls. Same with like Texas. Like, I just think that's all that everyone says, just yeehaw. Side note, I want to visit Nashville. Okay, I'm like blushing so hard. We need to get this under control. But anyways, I don't know if I'll make another video about content creation. I just want to know like what specifically you'd want to see, because I feel like I touched on a lot of like topics on my day in the life of a content creator video. Dang girl, we are blushing hard. I'd be open to making another video like that, but I just want to know what questions you would have. And in regards to copyright free music, I use Epidemic Sound. So I pay for a yearly subscription for access to all of these really good audios for my vlogs and like sound effects that are copyright free. You won't get like copyrighted on YouTube. It's well worth the investment. At first I wasn't gonna do it because like the price was a bit steep, but in hindsight it is worth the investment, because especially if you're gonna be uploading content, you don't want to have to worry about getting copyrighted, because that's like the worst feeling. You have to go back in, adjust the audio, find a non-copyrighted audio. So Epidemic Sound is like pivotal to me, and I will gladly pay for the annual subscription. So I would really recommend looking up a platform that does it for you and you just have to pay for the rights. We're gonna tone down this blush a bit with the One Size setting powder. This is in the shade Ultra Peach. So I'll just get it on my little puff. And the key is to tap it in your palm, all the excess. And then we're just gonna press it under my eye. Pores wear, girl. So again, get your product and then tap it in your palm. And then any excess I'll just bring onto my eyelid, because my eyelids get a little oily. And then I will just pat into my T-zone and my chin. Like, pores wear, tell me. And we're just kind of muting the blush a bit, especially if we go a little bit overboard. Face is looking good. What was your fave social media platform before you were a creator and now? Ooh. Okay, I would say like high school through college was definitely YouTube. YouTube is just that girl, okay? YouTube is just so top tier. It feels like you're watching like episodes of a TV show, and like it's such curated content. You can literally look up anything you want and there will be content for that. I also really loved Instagram when it first came out when I was in like high school. As of right now, I think I'm still gonna have to say YouTube. There's just something about it. The vibes on YouTube are just so much better. I also think long form content is the best type of content. Like, I love a good TikTok moment. I love a good like rotting in bed, scrolling TikTok, scrolling Instagram reels, but it also just like fries my brain and makes me not able to focus on tasks. Like, genuinely, ever since TikTok became a thing, my attention span is limited. So I try not to scroll on TikTok and Instagram Reels as much now because it really like kills my attention span. I just love watching YouTube videos so much. So I would definitely have to say YouTube is still my #1 platform that I love to be on. Next, we're gonna curl our eyelashes with the Shiseido eye curler. This is the best eyelash curler. I have really stubborn lashes, so I get in there and I just make sure it's curled to the gods. Hey Bessie, what do you think your biggest accomplishment was this year? I believe you achieved a lot this year. I just want to hear from you. This is such a cute question. What the heck? I don't know. The year is not done yet. We still got like a couple weeks left of the year. This is actually really hard. I do have my half marathon coming up, so I feel like that would definitely like be up there with my list of accomplishments for the year. The first thing that comes to mind is more so from a business standpoint, and that is monetizing my favorite hobbies of all time. I like to call social media my hobby just because I know like with the connotation of it being a job, it can lead to burnout, but it was a huge goal of mine this year to monetize all of my social media platforms. And so I achieved that back in January. And so that was just like a great start to my year. I don't want it to sound weird, but like being that social media is my job, it's like a huge accomplishment for me to be able to get paid from these platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Also just like working with some of my dream brands. Like for instance, one of the biggest brands I'm working with this year is Ulta, and I just am so grateful because I'm seeing my hard work really just come to fruition, and these big brands are noticing me, are reaching out to me, and they want to work with me. So that is just like such a huge honor. It's also just very rewarding because I did put in a lot of work to get to where I am. And it took a lot of like behind the scenes work as well, like brand outreach, where you're just at your laptop reaching out to thousands and thousands of brands asking, you know, if they want to work with you. And it's very humbling because a lot of these brands just like will not give you the time of day, but it was all worth it in the end. Another one of my big goals this year was to do more hotel collabs, and I believe I collabed with 3 this year. And so I was able to collab with some hotels this year, which was so cool. And then also monetizing another one of my favorite hobbies, which is reading. Creating the Besties Book Club has been the highlight of my year. Like no doubt, just building a community around something that you love to do and connecting with so many great people from all across the world is just the coolest feeling ever, and I will simply never get over it. But yeah, I do have my half marathon this Sunday. So depending on how that goes, I'm thinking that's gonna be pretty up there as well. I'm doing my mascara right now, and do you see the difference? This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Waterproof Mascara. I love a good drugstore makeup moment. The difference that eyebrows and a good mascara does for me is unmatched. Okay, next question. How did you start your book club? So it really all started from me reading Throne of Glass for the first time. I started reading Throne of Glass early this year when I was doing my 50 hard challenge, and I was documenting my 50 hard challenge and uploading every week. And there were times where I'd charge the Tesla and I'd bring my books. That way I was getting my reading goal done for the day with like the 50 hard rules. And I ended up like just talking about it in the vlogs, like reflecting on how much I liked it, and then started talking about A Court of Thorns and Roses and just basically introducing more book content into my regular content. Found that I just really enjoyed talking about books, and a lot of you guys started reading the recs that I had and then commenting and messaging me saying that you guys loved the book recommendations, that I inspired you to get back into reading again. And then over time, I just kept getting more and more comments and messages like that. And so I just kept talking about books. And then one night I was talking to my boyfriend, and I was like, dude, what if I literally made a book club? A virtual book club, and I could connect people from all over the world. So I basically opened my notes app and I just put everything that I would want in a book club, in a virtual book club. But I didn't want it to just be a book club. I knew I wanted it to be open to like other interests that you had. So like we could talk about wellness, we could talk about movies or shows that we like, we could talk about music, art, gaming, cooking, any other hobbies that is easy to connect over. And so I took some inspo from other creators. I remember I was watching a video by Sarah Caroli. I absolutely love her content, and I loved her idea that she had a Patreon for her book club. And I was like, you know what? Patreon is not a bad idea. So I did a lot of research into Patreon, like how I could set it up, but I wanted to take a step further. I wanted to have a membership tier where you could connect literally 24 hours out of the day, because I know a lot of people would enjoy that. I would enjoy it. I open the book club as if it's another social media app. So I did some digging in Discord, and I did a lot of research into how like we could make this possible. I was never familiar with Discord. I thought it was like a finance bro type of app, like just very male coded. But then one night I remember staying up till literally 2 a.m. playing with this Discord, playing with what channels I wanted to do, and just playing around with like some bots that I could introduce into the Discord. So building the Discord and building the Patreon and building the overall like system of the book club took me around 2 to 3 months. One, because I'm a perfectionist and we're gonna work on that going into 2025. Like we need to release that. I also just wanted to make sure it was a safe space for everyone. So I made rules. I did some research on moderator bots. I did research on how this could be a very structured thing, because one thing about me is I need an organized platform. And so yeah, I released it in July, and now we're about to read our 7th book together in the book club. Like, it's just absolutely insane to me how much it's grown. I had no expectations going into this as well. Like, I would just be happy if just 5 people joined the book club. And now total we have 74 members in our book club. However, that's like in different tiers. So in the book club bestie tier, we have 56 members, and that is the highest tier where you have access to the Discord that I worked so hard building. And then the rest of the members are either book club member tiers where you just have access to the Patreon, but you can participate in like weekly chats. And then the rest are just free members, just like kind of just vibing, just watching what we're doing. I don't know, but I am so incredibly grateful for everyone who has joined. Ever since I started it, like it has just been such a great time. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's accomplished so much through this book club. I have read more, like total this year, I think I'm gonna be around 30 something books. I'm more consistent with my wellness goals because we have a wellness chat and we actually check in with each other. We just started doing these like wellness sprints where like we tell each other, oh, this time I'm gonna go on a run or I'm gonna work out, if anyone wants to join me during that time, and you just check in. And we're all balancing different time zones, so it's very cool to see everyone from across the world like just connect. It's been the most like heartwarming experience by far, and I'm just so grateful for the Besties Book Club. But yeah, long story short, that's how I started it. It just came from talking about books in my vlogs, to people saying they love my recommendations, and to people asking for more book content. And then I was like, you know what? We're gonna start a book club. And it's just taken off ever since. So we're pretty much done, but now we're gonna do our lips. This is the Rare Beauty Kind Words matte lip liner in the shade Wise. This is my favorite lip liner of all time. I don't love a bold lip, so this is just perfect for me. Name a more perfect lip liner for the winter. I feel like this just accents my skin tone really well. Now I'm gonna go in with the same blush we used on our cheeks. This is the Rhode Pocket Blush in the shade Toasted Teddy. I'm just gonna give a little pigment to my lips. I'm debating which one to use. This is my favorite of all time, but this is my recent favorite. This is the Cinnamon Roll Peptide Lip Tint. This is for Hailey Bieber's birthday collection, and it smells delicious. Like, I want to eat it. Oh my gosh, I can't. But it's a cute little brown shimmery shade to die for. Last 2 questions. Love your stickers. Will you be coming out with more? Yes. I definitely want to make more stickers. We're actually almost completely sold out of stickers, which is insane to me. Like, I just was not anticipating that at all. I do want to make more stickers in the future. I think I want to do more individuals, so that way you can place like individuals in your little Kindle case without like ripping off like the sticker part, if that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely want to make more stickers in the future because I'm obsessed with them. Our first collection will just forever and ever be so near and dear to my heart. Yeah, we're almost completely sold out, so if you didn't get your hands on one yet, act quickly because they're gonna be gone very, very soon. What are you looking forward to in 2025? I'm looking forward to just like the fresh new energy of a new year. I know it sounds cliche, but like genuinely, there's just nothing like a fresh start. But with that being said, I want to really do a lot of prep work before the new year, and like I definitely want to make a video about it, preparing for 2025. I just want to sit down and really get specific with what I want to achieve next year. I feel like I entered 2024 really strong with what I wanted, And then about like halfway, I kind of just was like cruising. I didn't really have that intentional energy like the start of the year. So I just want to have a better system in place to keep myself accountable throughout 2025 so I don't get burnt out and I can just stay focused on my goals. I'm also looking forward to some potential travel plans. They aren't booked yet, but I am still trying to do some like logistics planning about these trips. I have 3 big trips in mind, and like I kind of just want to share them with you guys because they're so exciting to me, and maybe I'll just like speak them into existence. So the first trip that I want to do is go to the UK, the Netherlands, and Denmark. I want to go to the UK to visit Edinburgh, Scotland. I want to see the castles, I want to visit the bookshops, and I want to visit the places where Harry Potter was filmed. I also want to go to London. I want to go on the Warner Brothers Harry Potter tour. I want to do some shopping in London. I've heard London is basically like the gloomier NYC vibe, and I'm here for it. And then I want to pop over to the Netherlands, visit Amsterdam for like 2 days, explore the area, possibly meet up with some book club besties over there, and then end that trip in Denmark. I really want to visit Copenhagen. That has been on my travel wish list for so long, but I'm thinking this trip I want to either do with like some girly pops or with my mom, because my mom is really interested in going to the UK. She's always wanted to see the castles. I don't know yet. My boyfriend is not intrigued with that trip like at all. He's like, you should go with some girly pops. You should go with some girlfriends or with your mom. I think that'd be such a fun experience. And then potential trip number 2, I want to go to France. I want to visit Paris, you know, see the Palace of Versailles, Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and then head down to the south of France, visit Nice, Cannes, Monaco, Côte d'Azur. I really hope I'm saying that right. And then, you know, while we're in the south of France, we might as well pop on over to Spain, go to Madrid, Barcelona, and Mallorca. I really want to explore Spain and possibly go to a football game. Like that would just be the coolest experience ever. While we're there, we might as well go to Portugal. So I want to see Porto and Lisbon really bad. So yeah, that trip would require a lot of planning, but like I like the idea of just like country hopping while we're there. And then trip number 3, I want to go to Japan for like minimum 10 or 11 days. I am half Japanese, so I want to visit the motherland. I want to explore my culture. I want to eat the good food. I want to go shopping in Tokyo. I really just want to be more in touch with my Japanese side. I feel like I don't know a lot about my Japanese culture because I grew up in Hawaii, so I know more of like my Hawaiian, Polynesian culture. So I would love to visit Japan and explore. And then, you know, while we're there, we might as well pop over to South Korea and visit Seoul. I want to visit Seoul so bad. So I think that would just be an iconic trip. So again, those are all potential trips and I would love to look forward to those. But right now we're just in the planning process. We need to figure out logistics, finances, and just seeing like what our schedule is looking like for next year. But while we're here, I kind of want to try this like new makeup. Rare Beauty sent me some PR. They sent me the Positive Light highlighter and I've never tried their highlighter. Like swatch it maybe. The pigment is insane. Let's try some of this while we answer the remaining of our questions. Okay. Okay, Rudolph. The pigment is insane. Is the camera picking this up? Whoa. It's giving winter. I think a little inner corner would look so cute. Wow. Okay, highlight. Celine or 8. What are your top recommended books? This is such a hard question. For one of my vlogmas episodes, I will be doing a book recap, like my top books of the year. We actually just had a question like this in the Besties Book Club for question of the day. My top 3 right now. You're asking me right now, okay? Without really reflecting on the year. We'll do a full reflection in an upcoming Vlogmas episode. Throne of Glass series, like top. Fourth Wing series, and the One Dark Window duology. Those are my top 3 as of right now. But I am projecting a 5-star read from When the Moon Hatched. This could easily take either the 2nd or 3rd spot. But it's also like Nocticadia. You guys know how obsessed I was with Nocticadia. Like she's literally sitting right here because I'm so obsessed with her. Like, you guys know how obsessed I am from like my other vlogs. I could not like shut up about Nocticadia. That's like definitely probably in like the top 10. Top 3 as of right now: Throne of Glass series, Fourth Wing series, and One Dark Window duology. And last question, what have been your most repurchased makeup slash skincare items? I love this question. I purposely saved it for the end of this video so I could really reflect on like what I use. All of these makeup items that I featured in this video, I've been using for the past like 2 to 3 months on repeat. They do not fail me. They are foolproof and it just stays on my face all day. So I'm gonna just show you guys the ones I've repurchased and then what products I would repurchase once I run out. So, I mean, first and foremost, luckily I am on their PR list, so I did not have to repurchase. This is my second bottle, so tried and true. Dior Face and Body Foundation, obsessed with her. I know it's a foundation, but it's giving skin tint vibes. It does not feel heavy on the face at all. I've repurchased this setting spray at least 3 to 4 times. I swear this is the best setting spray on the market. I've repurchased this Laneige lip sleeping mask numerous times. I've been using this since my college years. It's so moisturizing and it lasts literally a whole year. I've noticed that I will try other setting powders whenever I receive them from PR, but I tend to always go back to this one. Formula is so good, it does not move on my face, and I specifically like the Ultra Peach shade. I feel like those are like my top. Now, things that I would repurchase once I run out: L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Like, the proof is right here. I can't do anything other than waterproof mascara though, because it just does not hold on my lashes. So this is the best waterproof mascara that I've found. I used to use the Better Than Sex one, but this is like 10 times better and way cheaper. I would repurchase this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. I have 2 of these left in my closet. It's lightweight, creamy, and really easy to blend into the skin. And then I feel like the last things that really come to mind are these guys. My tried and true lip liner. I've been using it for so long already. I will definitely be repurchasing this once I'm out. The Rhode Pocky Blushes, like, there's just something about it. The pigment is insane. It's creamy, super easy to blend into the skin. I have the shades Freckle and Toasted Teddy. I found these just go really well with my skin tone. But yeah, that is a wrap on our little winter makeup routine Q&A. I'm super obsessed with how this makeup turned out, and I'm really impressed with this highlighter. Like, I feel like it just looks really good and glowy. I'm absolutely obsessed. I feel like my makeup always does better when I do like a talk and get ready with me, so maybe I should start doing like lives or something and hanging out, because clearly my makeup turns out way better when I'm talking to you guys. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and for asking me these fun questions. I'll make sure to link all of these products down below for you guys if you guys want to check them out for yourself. But yeah, this is my tried and true everyday winter makeup routine. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you, bye.